Hello everyone and welcome back to Shelter, where we are currently doing our best to try to help the last of our kits survive. We have indeed lost 2 kits, 1 kit to starvation, and 1 kit, come on please, 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 I needed that rabbit so bad! I need these rabbits so bad, I'm so glad they're here, please, 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 please. No, 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 no! Oh, I need these bunnies, or else our baby is not going to survive! Mama Lynx, she's out of energy. I think I've given too much of myself to all of the babies, and now we just don't have anything left. And we only have the one little white lynx left. This is so sad, my friends. That was the death knell of another one of our kits. And this is the last one that we have with us. Oh, that's tragic, isn't it? Alright, there was some sort of food source over there. I can't believe we've lost 3 of them now. This is really hard. Oh dear, hang on, and that's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to find. So there's apparently some food over here. I can't believe we've lost 3 of them. And there's just the little white one left. What is this food? Come on, little one. I mean, I feel like I need to go back and double check to make sure. Oh, it's a bird nest! Oh my gosh, it's a bird nest! We're gonna be saved by eggs? Alright, is this really the last cub I have? It really is. This is our last baby, and I think we're going to be saved by letting her go ahead and eat at this bird nest. And you're still hungry, my dear? Oh, curses. Oh, there's more nest! Alright, I'm gonna eat some of the broken eggs over here as well. At least that's nice that we found a spot where the pheasants had made their nest. And those could be food resources for us. Oh, here's another one. Why couldn't we find here in this wetland, now that it's spring, we have all of these bird eggs. Over here, child. Yes, look, there's something to eat right here. Come on. Come eat. Good, good, good. I can't believe we just have the one daughter left. We might lose out on this entire legacy. Oh, look how she's gotten almost as big as us, too. Alright, well, let's start heading out. I just feel like there's another feather. I guess those feathers might be from the pheasants that are lined up here. And apparently, lynxes will occasionally eat waterfowl, but not terribly often. Most likely because they are in the forest, I would think, and spending most of their time looking for rabbits. But I can't believe we lost all of those babies so quickly. I wonder if it's because we stayed here at the river for just far too long, somehow. Here are the bones left behind. Aha. But that is actually one of the reasons that predators will have so many children in the first place, is because it's very difficult to raise all of them. Oh look, 2! She did her own hunting! Oh jeez! Why does there suddenly have to be, like, deadly thunder? Come over here, daughter. Come eat. Daughter, run! This way! Oh my gosh, no! Oh my gosh! No, 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 no! Oh, that's so frustrating. Okay, this way, this way! We cannot lose this very valuable food, but we need to get out of here. Oh geez, we need to get out of here. Okay, come on, come on. Ah! In autumn, when the hills are yellow and red, the cubs are called to follow the path of solitude. I don't know if they're being called to follow the path of solitude. Alright, come on. Up here. Up here, up here, up here, daughter. Alright. I'm gonna eat this, and then we're gonna get out of here. I don't feel like this is the cub being pulled to follow the path of solitude. Oh, the rain is here. Oh, thank goodness. We've made it to another autumn. What a terrible summer by the lake. I'm gonna remember that. And then let's try to get back out to the forest, because I feel like the lake has just not been kind to us. Alright, up and around. Or maybe we just didn't... Oh, there. Come on, bunny. Look, I have a child to feed. Come on. Come on. Oh, that bunny really wanted to survive. Oh my gosh. Oh, but she caught one! Excellent! I'm not even sure exactly what she caught, but whatever it is, it's enough to give her subsistence. Oh, that's such a huge relief. Good job, daughter. Alright, she's the only one who has survived so far. Have we started to work our way? Alright, let's work our way this direction. Being lost along the lake is clearly not a great place for us to try to raise our children, but as you notice, it's a lot easier to take care of her. And you can see this bunny is actually changing its coat color from the wintry white to the browns that will allow it to blend in better in the summer, except I found it first. All right. There she is. As you can see, it's actually a lot easier to go ahead and feed just one child. And we'll be able to keep her alive a lot longer than if we had 4 to be able to take care of. Alright, let's go back to where she ate that rabbit so we can collect its skull. And then we'll put it down here and call her. Are you hungry? There we go. Give it to her so that she'll be able to become very strong. But we've learned a lot from how we have raised our babies, that the lake is definitely a very dangerous place if you get yourself super isolated. What really happened and what I think went wrong with us is that we kind of got isolated down to the far south during the winter. And that trapped us in a place that didn't have a lot of abundance of prey. There was not a lot of prey migrating between the different places. And I think that's what ended up causing us to lose our other children, because we couldn't find the food resources we needed. And that is one of the reasons that, and there's some bunnies over there we'll sneak up on in just a moment. That's one of the reasons that predators often have such a wide territory. It's not like the rabbits are going to stick around if they have a choice in going somewhere else and not worrying about the lynxes eating them. So they will move themselves. It may not just be because they know that it's a dangerous area to be. It may also be because they need food resources themselves that they can't find as easily. Oh, look at spring come, and all of the rabbits are breeding, and now there's plenty of food every direction I look for my daughter. She has beautiful leaf patterning down her sides. She was our weakest cub originally, and all of her siblings would catch food when they were juveniles and offer it to her. She caught her own food! What did she catch? Is that a giant... It's a frog! She caught a frog! I'm gonna go ahead and have that as my own snack. And then what do we have over here? Oh, it's the bones of... It's the bones of the things that we have eaten. Alright, the seasons are changing and I don't want to stay here another autumn. Because I'm not convinced winter here works well for us, so... Let's teach our daughter a little bit about what autumn has to offer. Oh, is she ready to go off on her own? I think she might be ready to go off on her own, friends. I think that's what she's telling me. Oh, but it'll be so hard to say goodbye to her. But at the same time, you guys have seen firsthand why lynxes are solitary animals. They need to have a wider source of food. Yeah, we're moving a lot slower now. Oh, I think she's leaving us. It's been 2 years now, and so she is old enough and possibly... Oh, look, there she goes! And I can't chase after her. She's headed off on her own journey. I mean, we've done the right thing, but suddenly we're all alone. However, even though that seems from our point of view as a social species to be such a sad thing, you guys saw it firsthand when we had all of our babies all in one spot. There was not enough food. The ecosystem just couldn't support us. And now that she has gotten old enough that she knows how to hunt, she even gave us a frog as a last gift. She even gave us a frog as her like last gift to us. Then she can go off and start her own family and have her own territory. Once she is able to support herself enough like that, it's only that she heads off into the wilds and carves out a little home of her own. And leaves us here. Look at that. All by ourselves. Well, we have no children to worry about anymore. And the seasons will change. Time will pass. We will go ahead, collect food for ourselves. We'll see how we have done on our collectibles in just a moment. I feel like we didn't find very many things because we were so frantic. We found 32 different rabbits that we ate. I believe 1 pheasant, 2 deer trying to raise our cubs. We found quite a few rocks. It seems like this round was twigs and rocks, so I feel like this particular litter we would probably consider to be lost amongst the cliff sides. If I was going to give this litter a special name, it would be the cliff sides. The cliffside litter. Look at all of the bunnies here. And one of the things I wanted to point out was that I do feel like our mother lynx has learned a very important lesson in the lack of success that we actually had. One of these little moles as a snack. We need to build up our own strength and resources after all, since we are no doubt working on getting ready to find a new mate and getting ready to have another litter of our own next spring. But even though you might consider this to be a quote-unquote failure on her part, that we only raised 1 out of 4 to adulthood, it's actually quite a success. And animals are not... A lot of different animal species, I should be careful to say, because some are quite silly, like doves. But many animal species actually learn from their failures. There are many bird species and many other cat species, like wolves. You could name hundreds of examples who may lose all of their offspring to some sort of tragic event, putting their nest in the wrong spot, not waiting long enough, and the winter sets in with a sudden spring frost, and all of your little ones aren't able to make it. So there are actually lessons that can be learned, and our lesson for our mother lynx is that the lake area just did not seem, where we got caught up in the cliff sides, to be strong enough and big enough to support enough food for our cubs. So for our next litter, if we had another litter with her, we would not indeed keep our babies in that spot again. Worn and weary, she hastens to the den, her home, now vast and empty. Alright, let's head back to our den, my friends. And we'll see what's waiting for us there. And not only have we learned, but hopefully our survivors learned as well, and whatever children she ends up having, whatever legacy she ends up creating. I ended up in the lake again. That is not where I wanted to be. Whatever legacy she ends up having, she might be able to remember her time when she was caught up. Here we go. And the cliffs, and will remember not to take her children there. In many species, even the way that you hunt, how successful it is, and what type of prey you hunt is not just just based entirely on instinct. It is actually something that's taught. You can track different hunting methods from different lion prides, for instance. You can track different hunting methods amongst different wild dog groups. There are many bird species who learn where to nest because of where their parents nested. And indeed, there are many species of birds, especially cranes, who actually have an instinct to return to where they hatched, because if they survived and the spot that their parents chose was successful enough for them to come to adulthood, then they will use that same spot to raise their own offspring. That's why you may wonder at species like albatross, who will put their nest more or less exactly where they were raised, in the same place, even if that environment begins to change. If it begins to flood, if it begins to have people move in and buildings go up, you'll still get albatross species that will insist on nesting in the same spot that they were nested in and that their parents were nested in. Because the assumption, hello little bunnies, the assumption is that it was a safe spot before, so it will be a safe spot again. And that makes me wonder, who will use this den next? It is a wonderful shelter, after all. Hello, Mama. All right. And on a lovely spring night, as the cycle of this lynx's life continues, as she has gained new knowledge and hopefully has passed knowledge on to her surviving child about what it means to be alive as a lynx in this world, about the unique challenges that she faces. On this lovely spring night, I do believe we have been called out once again by instinct to continue the cycle in a very special way. I can hear the stars whispering. I wonder if that's what it's like when you follow your instincts. If you just suddenly hear the stars whispering. And here we are. A very important next step in the cycle of the rich, rich life that our mother lynx has followed. It's her own story, just like it is our own story for any of us who fall in love. But it is a story that we can all relate to, a pattern that we're all part of. Hello there. Look at our daughter. That's definitely her. And on such a beautiful night with her beautiful white patterning, I recognize those leaves twirling down her back. We can see for ourselves that she has grown up. She has become part of this world, and she is telling her own stories out in the wilds. So there we have it, my friends. Our first generation as a wild mother lynx once more. And I can say with pride, it seems that even though we've learned a lot and it was a struggle, we at least have been able to watch one of our children successfully reach adulthood and become part of that pattern. I love this. I love thinking about that, about how we are all unique unto ourselves, and we are libraries. We are multitudes of worlds of adventures within ourselves. And yet, even though part of me wants to rebel and be like, no, we're all so unique that maybe there's just some things that we could never understand between each other, I know that that's not true. I know that we all follow some familiar patterns. And I think when I was younger, I thought that, oh, you had to be so unique, your life would be like no one else's in order to really claim it as your own. I really rebelled against the idea of a life script. And I do think it's very important not to fall into a life script unthinking. But I actually think that, yes, there are some universal patterns we all share. Birth, life, and death being the most broad. And it's less about trying to make those patterns in our life look differently than everyone else's, and more about how we fill them out. More about the story in between the chapters. Even if everyone might have a chapter that's titled Falling in Love, even though everybody might have a chapter that's titled Birth, everyone might have a chapter that's titled My First Job, or everyone might have a chapter that's titled The Night the Stars Whispered to Me. Even though those patterns might be the same for everyone, I think what I love the most is how we're able to fill in our own stories so uniquely. I would read all of your chapters, I would, because I think it's just such an amazing opportunity we have to be here. So, now that I have waxed poetic for a little bit of an ending to our first generation of lynxes, do please leave a like for our mother lynx. And if you would like to see more of the story, if you would like to see her have another litter, or if you would like to see us continue on in the family tree and let her daughter inherit and try a new way of living as a wild lynx, do please let me know down in the comments below, and consider subscribing to join us on those adventures. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.